I'm almost done with this video, so I want to just concentrate for a couple more minutes and then I'll have it done. And then it would be great if we could do some of the stuff we talked about doing earlier. I will tell you I reached out to Azaria about the soup. Right now I'm gonna see like how long would it take me to get to her house from Mall 205. I'm gonna see if I can offer to drop soup off this evening. I mean that's a lot closer than here, so yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I need to reach out to Tom Aiyana. But I think I want to, if we can get back into our silly pants mode, I'd really like to do that openly on Facebook.
Do what openly? Silly pants?
Be silly and tell Tom and Aiyana we want to come over and help them.
Okay.
If you don't feel up to doing it on Facebook, but I think that's the funnest way to do it, then we can do it an alternative way. But just like a practice of us being silly while also doing what we need to do, which is see if our friends will let us come over and help them tomorrow. Does that sound good? Think on it.
I'll think on it.
Yeah, there's always variations.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm thinking of the variations of silly right now.
Okay. Well, there's also only so much thinking you can do about silliness, but let me concentrate for a couple minutes and then I'll be able to be.
Concentrate.
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it. There we go. I realized I can talk for a brief moment and then I gotta concentrate again. I realized part of the reason I'm so fired up about this video that I made this morning and about what community really is, and it's not just seeing people at events all the time. Part of the reason I feel so fired up about that is because I was very deeply in that flow and culture in 2019, and that was the last year Ainsley lived with me. And so, there were a lot of evenings that I went out that I could have stayed home. And she was like, yeah, fine. I don't really feel like hanging out with you anyway. Like go ahead and go out. And so at the time, I was like, well, this is natural differentiation and stuff. But what I didn't think about was I'm gone a lot working. She's home all the damn time. She's not in school. I need to just be home sometimes without plans. Mm-hmm. And I was gone a lot. And I mean, obviously there's benefit that came from that too, but I kept saying the shit too, like, oh, it's so great to be in community. Like that's where this anger is coming from, is also sort of at myself, because sure. I mean, it did feel connective, but now I can look at it and go, okay, it was surface level connective, and the deep connection was waiting for me at home. And right. The worst example of it is Ainsley went to go spend time with friends on Christmas Eve. And so I was like, oh, when are you coming home? She's like, I don't know, probably really late. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. It was basically like a date. She told me that she'd let me know when she was leaving her friends, and I'm like, great, I will head right home when you do that. And for whatever reason, she didn't. And I didn't reach out to her to be like, hey, you home yet? I just figured she was with her friends. And I finally came home late, like 11 or something, and she was just sitting there by the tree. And I was like, when'd you get home? I thought you were going to tell me when you're on your way home. She's like, well, I just came home and just been sitting here wondering when you were going to come home. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? I would have come right home. But I think she was kind of testing me, Mm-hmm. And, like, that was our last potential Christmas Eve together, Mm-hmm. And I missed it because I wasn't home. So that's part of why I'm so passionate about fuck, Mm-hmm. yeah, I missed the last year at home with my kid. I was running around all the time.
I see.
And benefit came from that too, but I could have been more balanced about it.
I did that too. I
I know it's common, but it's
I
still
was-
like.
I worked full time and was in school for my master's and was single parent to 4 children.
Yeah, and I
And
only
I,
had
I,
one with
and I
health
wasn't
issues.
home very
Yeah.
much. And they had to raise themselves and all fucking well. You do the best you can.
I know we do the best we can, but it just seems like when there's those choice points that kind of could have been pretty easy.
Okay, and it's all in the past, so why are you still beating yourself up?
I'm just
about
being
it?
honest about where some of the anger is coming from. It's
Okay.
anger at myself as well. So that's what it is. I mean, you feel pretty strongly about something pretty much anytime. It's some piece of it is from you too, huh?
That's right.
What did you study in master? What did you get your master's in, Jeanette?
Social work. Oh shit. Today at 3 p.m.
What? Where do you need to be?
Home.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, we'll get to what we wanted to do.
Yeah,
We'll get you
Kristen
home.
Winslow is going to come and see me today
Good. I'm
at
glad
3.
you got that
I
reminded.
forgot it was on my calendar.
Okay, great. Well, we still have time to do what we want to do. And we will leave
Okay.
here, and that's even earlier. That actually makes it easier for me to go see Azaria.
Okay.
Look at that. Look how magic that is.
Okay.
Okay, so now I can't tell her. I can just come over. Okay. Oh my god, that's amazing. Look, magic.
Oh, good.
Really.
I brought my date books and I haven't even looked at them.
Yeah, that's a practice I want to get better about. So maybe that's something you and I can try to do together is like look at our planners or our calendars first thing in the morning.
And write notes about what we want to do, like
Right.
the next day, kind of.
Right. So okay, so we'll do that before we get you away from here. We got to prioritize what we have left to do.
3 o'clock. And tomorrow acupuncture is at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Can I take your bowl, Jeanette?
Oh yes,
What about,
please.
are you still
Thank
nibbling?
you.
I'm not gonna finish it. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, that's actually great because 1 o'clock is kind of. But that kind of means we probably. Would you think you'd feel up to go into Tom and Aiyana's before acupuncture?
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Because yeah, because
Okay.
2 o'clock's a little on the
Yeah.
later side.
I think that would be good.
I'm thinking these are clean.
They are.
Heather?
I just didn't get around to
I'll
finishing.
pull them out. I don't really know if these
Just
have
set on
some-
the side.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't know where it goes, just set it aside.
These are special party plates, I think.
Yeah, that's just set it aside. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. I want to take that.
I'm glad she emailed me. Or
Yeah.
texted me.
That's also a good
Mhm.
friend thing to do is
Mhm.
follow up.
Follow
Make sure it still
up.
works, right? And not
Right.
get pissed
Right.
if you end up not feeling up to it for some reason, that your plans change. Like
Right.
we made our best effort plan when we did, and now I feel like caca and just want to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
love it when a video comes out to be 1 minute and 11 seconds. That happens a lot.
This one looks like it's gonna be 110, but that's okay. Get a lot of
This your rant from this morning?
Yeah, one part of it. Like, okay, so this is one of the ways you get a lot of content onto YouTube is you know, have whatever length conversation you're gonna have, or say whatever you're gonna say, and then you cut it up into different segments. Shorts being the ones that are most likely to help your channel grow, and so. And also, it kind of gets, why is this happening again? That's not the one I want. Okay, I'm uploading the wrong file. Okay, I gotta go get the right file. No, that is the right file. Okay. So I get distracted when there's a lot happening in the room.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Do you want to wait?
Just help me come back to whatever it was. 'Cause, yeah, I only have one track mind. And
No, I understand. It's distracting to say the least.
okay, so where'd that file go? That's what it is. Is it somewhere? There it is. That's what I want. Keep uploading. It's right there. That's funny. Again, yeah, I get. Okay, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. And it's really worth it. I'm learning a lot. Okay. Which is this one? Let's see. Okay, it's that one. And this one.
I'm gonna go puff out the back door.
Okay.
Might be ready to load.
I'll be out in just a sec too.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's 18. I want to do that one. Oh, this one
I
19.
would puff out the back door if I had my puffer.
Okay. You're funny. All right. Awesome. Well, that one's published. Okay, well, then we'll change it. Okay. Oh, yeah. 19 to the 29th, maybe. Okay. Well, let me think. To talk about a temptation. Getting the temptation. Oh, you still look. And it's not in your pocket? Oh, okay.
A little bit of
pretty awesome.
Oh, I took it inside. No, I didn't. It's right there.
I'm always just like, I'm gonna go stand over there.
Take a little bit of sun.
Anytime I'm feeling frustrated or whatever about something housemate is doing, I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. It's just more fodder for it's more information for the book. And what that means is, I now have so much experience with different housemates and similar situations
Right.
that it's not personal to the housemate. It's just
Right.
like, okay, I'm noticing specifically what's challenging about this moment or this, general whatever. And, how can I arrive at a specific need that's not being met or a request that I could make? Because all they're doing is just giving me an illustration of something that, frustration is information. It's not blame. And so, but people aren't able to take it. Like, you can't say it often in the moment. Hey, can you stop? And you have to be real careful how you bring it to them later. But it gives me a chance to think about it, boil it down. How could I make it completely like generic so that I can put it into book form and it is, like easily understandable by anyone who's been in the same situation. And so that's, while I don't like it, what I was just doing just now is like, I'm noticing all the costs, all the things that happen when I get distracted, and all the things that I'm not able to do because I got distracted. And so, what is it that I need in order to be able to what is it that I need in order to be able to do what I can about my environment?
And continue to be productive.
So, what I'm learning is that, honestly, the easiest path is go upstairs and use that beautiful space up there. So we have an upstairs setup, we have a downstairs setup.
Right.
And once you figure out your setup for each particular place you can be, then you don't have to think about it again. You only have to think about it like once, and then fine tune. So yeah, it's obnoxious and annoying. But rather than it be a big engagement, I can be like, I know what I need to ask for in the future and how I can set it up so that he knows it's nothing personal if I do bring it up. And also, it's easy. Just get up and go set up upstairs. It's beautiful upstairs. We need to record upstairs. But yeah, we need to stay on track now. Stay focused. Come on, fucker. All right, maybe it's dead? No. There we go. No? Huh. What happened to... Oh, wait. It's this? Yeah. Oh, I turned it all the way down. That's what happens.
Give this one more little puff.
I like the windproof, but this one's a bit intense. And it's too easy to change the level. So it's easy to be big. This is your stuff. Hit you hard. Okay. Was it harsh, you think, or did it just go in weird?
So, need
coffee or anything else?
Chocolate, I still have my hot water.
Okay. Ooh, we still have sweet treats if you want any of those.
No.
Okay.
Focus.
Okay, you're right. Good job. Good job. All right.
The other thing I brought over, which you won't have time for today, well, maybe tomorrow, is stuff to make Valentine's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. We
Valentine's is the next project.
We got so much scheduling to do because we still haven't actually said yes to a particular time and date for the card party. Okay. So you're gonna do art. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? All right. Well, actually, let's review our to-do list
Yeah.
first and prioritize appropriately.
Okay.
And also, you know, it's something really hard for a lot of folks is figuring out how long is stuff gonna take, and so like that's another thing that's a really good skill to practice. Okay. So, priorities.
You tell me.
I have already done what I can with this messaging Azaria. We need to communicate with Tom and Aiyana, and that should be that's gonna be easy and quick, about tomorrow specifically. And if not, make a plan for when you can. Need to affirm our plan for tomorrow. Maybe there's option A is we go to Tom and Aiyana's, and option B is we just come back here or something. So we need to do that.
After the thing or before the thing? We're gonna try to go to Tom and Aiyana's before acupuncture.
Oh,
And
right.
then
Okay, we're
acupuncture's
good.
at 2.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and then maybe you'd rather just take me home at that point.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's option A. That's if they're available, or at least available to let us in and do stuff. If they're not, then we'll go to option B. But option B will be just you and I come here tomorrow.
Okay.
But so we still need to decide, and I'd rather not do it right this moment, because it's not where my brain is. We need to decide what time I'm coming to get you tomorrow. So again, that kind of also varies depending on whether or not Tom and Aiyana are available. So,
All right.
okay, so we tomorrow we can finally get to a bit of the ikigai conversation, because that's been something we really wanted to talk about.
I liked that would contain excerpts from the Ikigai book.
And you have that on Audible, right? Okay, and also, if you know a specific a section you want to play, then in advance, never mind. If you already know the section you want to play, great. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm getting off track. Let me go back to the planning.
Okay.
Okay. And we want to. We may not actually make a plan. Like, we're not gonna like make a plan, but start figuring out what would the next steps be to making a plan to go to the coast.
Right.
And maybe what are some of the things that we want to, think about with that. But
The first thing we have to do is find out if there are any openings.
because that might depend. That might make the
and
time.
and then we have to fit our time into that.
Perfect. Okay. And and then there's the YouTube thing. But if we're probably not gonna get to the YouTube admin access today, but it's okay because we'll get to it.
Yeah.
All in divine timing. Okay, so we didn't do much movement. So maybe we could spend at least a couple of minutes, even if we're talking and moving. I like being efficient.
Okay.
We have sitting a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, just start now.
Just start now.
Guess what? Oh, so the celebrations for today. Okay, I'm gonna this I really need to figure out angle, but we're gonna celebrate and dance. Celebrate and dance. So let's see. You did. What's your one to celebrate? You give a celebration. What's one of your celebrations today?
Oh my gosh. I got to have a good conversation about God consciousness and why we hold ourselves so small. And we need to grow out of that and be who we are, available to all of the resources of the universe. Just open it up, baby. Don't be shy.
No.
The universe is there for you.
So that's one of your celebrations. Yeah, high five, double high five. Yeah, that was a weak high five. Okay, here we go. Okay, now, now one of my celebrations. I recorded and edited and scheduled 3 videos. One was a short, one was a longer short, one was like 3 minutes. Yes! And I got out some of my anger about event culture. I got to rant and rave, and I got to look at myself. Angry. Oh, because I participated in the commodification of community a whole lot. And I missed out on opportunities with my kid. And so that's why I was so mad. That's why I got so ranty. But I recorded and edited and published 3 videos today.
And you let go of all of that past shit so that you can move forward.
Yup. High five. Double high five. So what is that? What is that? That's like 70. No. Okay, celebration.
Oh.
Ooh, see, we're getting our heart rate up. This is an exercise.
Oh, well, I worked on my patient.
You did? Oh, yeah, I felt pretty. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I got a photo of you earlier at the beginning. You were sitting in this. Pretty. You were sitting in the sunshine, and you're smiling, and you just woke up on my couch, and
Yeah.
that was our celebration.
Yeah, another celebration is just waking up here and seeing you first thing in the morning.
Have a sleepover.
Sleepover.
You ate cake for breakfast.
Cake for breakfast. I mean,
Then we had split pea soup for lunch that somebody else made. Saved us all the time. We just heated it up. We had all this time to play.
we did.
Because other people cooked. And you got to stay here.
And
Sleep
somebody
over.
else did the dishes.
Someone did the dishes. Yeah, that's a celebration. We made it. And they did the dishes. So I love it when other people clean. I love it when other people clean. Other people clean.
Absolutely.
That's another reason to be happy about what just happened. And it made us go outside. Sometimes the environment is like, you're not listening.
Go outside.
Get outside. Cheers. And we both went for our water bottles at the exact same time.
Yeah.
I aim for 3 of these a day.
Oh, good.
I do think this is what got me started on
I
to
drink
healing.
hot
It's what changed my life. Drinking water, being hydrated.
I try to drink 4 or 5 cups of hot water a day. And then,
Oh yeah, and the warm is really good, huh? Okay, any more celebrations? I mean, I know there's more. I mean, this day was chock full of fucking celebrations, but any more you want to do now, or?
well, I don't want to dance anymore.
Okay, see. Okay, any stretching we need to do?
Let me be honest
Yeah.
about that.
You know, okay, I tell you something I learned. And you can do that. You can change your state whatever you want, and I can either do it or not. I know sometimes the inspiration I do is a little too much, and people are like, I can't get off the ride. So feel free anytime. Anyway, hips. So, I said I had a really fucking hard week as far as it goes to advocating for my health and well-being and safety, primarily because the impact that the world has on me is invisible. If my body showed bruises every time I got sick because of a person's smell or chemicals they chose to use or whatever.
You should
I would
put
be battered
a
black and
big
fucking blue.
sign in the back seat of your car. You know.
But there also comes like, I just want to be me. I don't want it to be everything I
Shut
talk
up.
about. No, I'm talking about let me just talk about my pelvis now. We're going to talk about this. So I'm really tight in this area. I've been having some challenges feeling sexual pleasure, in conditions that normally would feel sexual pleasure. So, it's just really tense and tight in here. So, and then I had this whole week of self-advocacy. It was fucking exhausting. And then I went to the acupuncturist because my acupuncturist was amazing too. It's not just yours. Mine's awesome too. And so I said, because like you reminded me that acupuncturists in a lot of ways are way better. I mean, they're not a therapist. They're way fucking better. Because I go in and I'm like, okay, are there points for like self-advocacy and like standing up for what's right? And it's just like the world is fucking literally toxic. So anything for that? I mean, and I told her some specifics in brief. And so she had a really good idea of like the energy or whatever that I was working with, right? And then, so she does points accordingly. And then when she's giving me a little body work, because that's really important too, at the end, she says, okay, so the lineage of Qigong that I've learned says that, the energy that is stored, it's a storage for particularly the kind of energy that you need in order to self-advocate, or the kind that is drawn from when you are self-advocating. So like she said a lot more and it all made perfect sense, but that was like, I think one of the essences. And so I was like, oh, so if I do go to the PT, I already have a PT's name that I can go to who does specifically works in this area. If I wanted to do pelvic floor with her, I could, but I don't know, that's later. But she can help me open these up again. And I'm like, so that's where some of my energy, because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And so I have, so I have it trapped, but also I'm adding more and draining more. And so, just by stretching, by doing
Opening of your chakra.
yeah, right?
Let it go all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaking it out and
Shaking.
we gotta write down that we also need to like watch your chakra balancing video together. I love doing that. And follow it. You getting some shaking? Yeah. We're fucking swamps if we don't get it out. Literally a swamp. Yeah. I think that's why people like dancing, is because they do get.
Yeah.
But dancing is not what you need sometimes. Hey, how about I give you a little more curcumin? I'm gonna talk more about how this stuff is fucking amazing.
All right.
Because I want to make sure that you stay on the side
I'll
of.
stay uncomfortable. I'll
Yeah.
stay comfortable for
Yeah.
the evening.
Yeah.
And then at 8 o'clock.
Well, no, I'm sending this home with you because I have a lot,
Oh.
and I already have an order on the way. And like I said, this stuff is so affordable that I can really genuinely happily afford to be generous with it.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I don't know what I've told you, but it is, it's food grade like turmeric. It's like what's in curry. And you can eat it, but being able to just take it directly like this, I do believe is directly what reduced my rheumatoid factor and my inflammation markers. Excellent pain reliever, and I have almost no inflammations of my, I'll put the link in the description, of my severe arthritis in my toe. I can't function when it's hurting. If I take it morning and night, I have almost no flares. And if I do have a flare, if I take that, except for one time, it's knocked it out within 45 minutes. And I'm back.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah. Castor oil packs help too.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another thing I need to talk about. But so I'm sending you home with that. And you know what? Pay attention to how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're like Azaria, who's like, damn, this is like some of the best pain reliever I've ever tried, then
Then it's
shit, we're
worth
gonna
it.
sell the fuck out of that shit, So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
So, good celebrations. You want more movement? You want to sit back down?
Yeah, I am ready to sit.
Okay. So let's get. I'm just gonna. I had all kinds of ideas about how to get Tom and Aiyana, but we'll do that another time. I will. I'm gonna text them right now.
Yeah,
So we'll get that done.
you have an easier time getting a hold of them than I do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. They're used to. They're used to
You
hearing from
don't
me.
need me for that.
No, go back to coloring or chatting or whatever you want. Whatever
Okay.
you want. Executive assistant reminder. Oh, you know what? I always forget that I cannot do that. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, that's what I would do. That's what we do. And then I got better control of the goddamn camera. No, I don't. This is part of what I have to figure out is all of this stuff. Like once I have this figured out, then again, I don't spend so much time doing it. And I don't have people over to work with me, but I have to have it easily set up so we're not spending time so fucking around.
Well, I'm glad I can be your guinea pig.
You are. I love it. It's so helpful. Everything is a case study with me.
It is.
Okay.
Is that part of your
The other
autism?
thing-
Is that part of the gift of autism?
Which?
That everything is a case study.
Yes. That is one of my lifelong special interests at every level, basically. So what was I going to say? Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing to apologize for. It's when I'm with a friend and my train of thought gets derailed, I trust that.
Mhm.
Like I'm not gonna say derailed. Any redirection of energy or attention is like that's where we're headed. That's the flow.
Okay, that's I agree with that.
Yeah. Now and
That's
then I
what I
might
was
say, hey,
thinking.
if I can just concentrate for another 5 minutes, I will have this completely done. Then there'll be that now and then. But when it's a interruption that is feels like a rock thrown in my plan, you know how rocks thrown in a little puddle or a pond can affect it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that I do feel frustrated about, and I'm always looking for ways to reduce. But like this, this example this morning, it was like, oh, okay, well, what am I noticing? What do I wish was different? What requests could I make? Or how could I change my environment myself? How could I change it? And easefully, because I get really pissed when people are like, just put on headphones. Like, I shouldn't be the one who constantly has to adjust. However, there are certain times a day that it's just inherently noisy. If it's a cafeteria, it's like the house transforms on a regular basis.
Sure.
And if I, wasn't ready for it to shift to cafeteria, I'm still in library mode, then I need to go to another library. But if it becomes cafeteria mode and it's definitely full on, time for library, I'm like, hey, can that hold off, please?
Mm-hmm.
Or if we're limited, if you and I were right, like, if it was still happening, I'd be like, I need you to go, buddy.
When I was in the order,
Mm-hmm.
we had regular hours of silence.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we woke up in the morning, we were on silence until after breakfast, or during breakfast we usually talked.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had lunch and an hour of meditation after lunch, and then we had dinner, and we had silence except for the teachings in the evening, and then we had prayers and silence to go to bed. And in a few places I've lived, I've said, wouldn't it be great if we just had silence until after coffee?
Right.
Or just. But no, man, that's like.
That's exactly been my experience. What I just realized though, as you were sharing that, because what I've been saying repeatedly is everyone would benefit from a little more quiet. If we could even just do it a little bit more. But what I can imagine being actually more attainable is we're going to designate this one day a week where our schedule is going to follow what Jeanette did in the order. Or the current Ikigai one, or whatever. We'll let's do, or you know, however I have to approach it. It could be like, I propose it, and my guess is pretty much everybody be on board because all you can leave the house if you don't want to do it.
Right.
So so yeah, practice it. Experience a day of quiet is the emphasis. Introspection is the emphasis. Experience what it's like to be in the same room together and deeply feeling community, more deeply because you're not filling the space with just empty engagement. And so, but they have to experience it, because if you use words to say this is what I'm asking for, this is what I'm suggesting, this is what I'm proposing, this is what I need, you use any variation of any of those, it's not a, I mean, I really thought it would be less than a 10-minute conversation. It's like, oh, well, that's your need. All right, cool. It doesn't really mesh with my need, but you know, I don't have to have my way all the time. So cool. Yeah, I can do that. You know, starting 10 a.m. or whatever. That's like, oh, it's has a work mode. Pretty much leave you alone. But on lunchtime, I want to be able to take over the space, and I'll be like, yeah, that's cool. It's lunchtime. You know, the house becomes, you know, cafeteria at that point. But
Right.
if it's for like a limited time, and then I can get back to work.
But I think that you could
And you can have
have
more
a
quiet.
conversation about, you know, what would be best for you
I tried. That's what I'm saying. Is I tried.
to create this agenda, and yeah, I know.
But yes, by proposing it as one day, one full
Right.
day. Hey, anybody want to do this with me? We could do it on X day or whatever. And I just genuinely feel the more people who get to experience the emphasis being quiet and introspection, or extremely intentional, like authentic, like maybe we have a circle time or something, you know, put that in there, but get to experience what that is and have that at home, because you don't have to go pay for a fucking retreat to experience that.
Right. Yeah, we did that. We did that in the order 1 day a week. We fasted. It started out 1 day a week, and then it was 2 days a week. We fasted and were silent for the whole day.
I know people would want to do that. Maybe we schedule something like that here at the house, like just like, maybe it's not just in the house. Like I can propose it to my housemates for sure, but whether they're interested or not, I can still schedule a day. Like, hey guys, can I do it this day? And this is what we're doing, and you can participate or not. Because that way, then it's not even about the house. It's about my friends and I, and we're doing this super cool thing. You want to do it with us? Then it's an invitation instead of a like, hey man, give some space, please.
Are we accomplishing our list?
We are, because I'm messaging Aiyana right now. Yep. And the conversation we were having was extremely timely. And we do need to stay on track. It's 1:47. Did I take my arrow? Fuck, I don't think I did. God, that's one thing that's so sucky about.
You need to make a thing.
An alarm? Yeah, it went off.
Or a packet that has one of them in every day of the week. And then
Yeah, and I'm good about that for all the other times of the day that I take pills. I think I have 4 of those a day, but this one, because midday, for some reason the midday one is the challenge. And for some reason I can't find it right now, which leads me to believe I carried it somewhere. Ah, man,
well, maybe you took it.
maybe I took it.
Yeah.
I might have. That's weird though. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's the bottle. I'm almost positive I didn't. this is such a small dose too that it doesn't matter if I take one, even an extra one. If I was taking like a higher amount, I'd be like, oh no, do not take 10. So, but I can take 10. Okay. Someday, I actually want to be able to live a life where Adderall is completely unnecessary and I don't really even have to choose it in order to participate in the world.
Yeah.
It is the literal blue pill. I mean, it's it assists in emotional regulation, which means that it chills you out a little bit, so you're not so, so that can be good and bad, but it's mostly to be able to fit in the world. It helps you focus more. Again, service of the world, not to yourself necessarily. Okay, we're started on your organization. Okay, this one say on the projects we've been working on. Okay, this makes sense. Hi, are you and or Tom available tomorrow for Jeanette and I to come over, get restarted on the organization and house prep projects we were working on a few months ago? Because that's what we've been working on for a long time. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound good? Okay. I'm gonna send a time. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna write another message with time, because what makes me nuts is when people respond really quickly. Well, what time? I'm like, well, I was actually putting that in a separate message. Just give me a second, So, what I imagine we would do, because it's your first time there, and I could give you a bit of an overview of what we've worked on, just so you know enough of the background that you don't feel like you have to ask some of the questions that have already been asked, and or you can ask me later. Because what I find happens is if we don't stay laser focused, it's already like, because there's so much overwhelm there, because there's so many things that really are important, it's hard, and they have no way of really truly prioritizing them. It's hard to keep them on path. And so if when I'm the one who's there is trying to gather information or try to make plans, with them or for them or whatever, I have to be super laser focused, which means, sometimes I can't ask every question I might want to, because I know I'll never get back to the original topic. Does that make sense? So I'd be able to give you an overview, and then you could just know, okay, I've got questions I can ask Heather later, but so we can stay focused on what we need from them. Okay. So they're actually not available. This is perfect. She came back with a time, so that made it even easier. Talk about, letting it flow. Okay. So we would have to go after acupuncture, and you said generally you're more energetic, but is that, you think that's still the same for a 2 o'clock appointment? You think you feel up to like 3 to 4:30, and then probably a half an hour-ish to get home?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I will say it is energetically and tiring sometimes, particularly because you have to hold the, like, I'm staying focused no matter what.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So then I'll tell her we could be there about, okay. Okay. And one of the things I have to remember to do, I try to do with everybody, is only include the specific information in the text that's important. Like I almost said, Jeanette and I could come over after her acupuncture appointment. She's done at 3, so we could be at your place about 3:15. Like, that's for me to think about, not to put in the text. And I think that causes a lot of confusion because people don't do that. So now I'm saying we could be at your place probably around 3:15. And I'll say what we're doing. Taking about an hour to get a overview, walkthrough of current state, and I can be this like short, not like short like me, but specific because this is something we've been working on for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so excited that you want to check it out and feel like you'll probably be able to help, because that's why I had to be able to make progress, because there's only the one me, and so then I'm also making choices between like, which of my friends who are in dire needs do I make the plans with, and they're just really super unavailable, so it's really hard to make plans with them. So this last minute stuff is actually better. I'm thinking about an hour to get an overview / walkthrough of current state of things. How does that sound?
Make a list. You can make a list.
Yeah, and I have this, so that this inspires me to go, okay, now I need to review the list. Maybe even Azaria and I can chat about it when I'm hanging out with her. Because I know she wants to help too, but and there's always the like, yeah, ooh, we're practicing tend and befriend. Have you heard of tend and befriend? So it's starting to be talked about as an addition to, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, add on tend and befriend, which is a feminine or woman or whatever, a feminine energy orientation toward when either you or your friend are in distress, you tend them. Like, I think that's part of the reason why we all are so anxious and have so many like issues, is because we're not tending to our friends. We're not and if we don't have friends that we can tend to, then we go befriend them.
And we're not tending ourselves.
Now we're not tending ourselves, and so tending can also be yourself, right?
Yeah,
Very
because
much
we're
so.
not tending our friends is because we're not tending ourselves.
Exactly. So that's, I think that's why they're talking about that being in addition to that whole thing, because, yeah, that's important. Okay, how's that sound? Look at all that we're accomplishing. Like, double high five again, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look, you're sparkly.
Is that on the list?
That's on the list. Okay.
Tend and friends?
Wait, what'd you say? Tend and friends?
Tend and friends.
Tend and friends. Oh, yeah, right.
Right.
Tend and befriend, yeah.
Right.
Or maybe it's just friend. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a friend of my tend. I'll make a country western song out of this.
What we're also working on, without you realizing it, is we're always making a menu of options of things that can be done. So like, I had written down chair yoga, because we've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't do chair yoga, but we did get our heart rate up for a bit.
Yeah, we did.
With some movement, which also cleared some energy. And then you did some great shaking, I did some great stretching. That was probably 5 minutes. But I know that it felt fucking great for both of us.
It did. It was perfect.
So we did the movement, it just wasn't chair yoga, so that's like adaptable, right?
Absolutely.
I did a lot of community ranting and a lot of ranting about showing up for our people. You created the name Mutual Inspiration Society. I just get shivers every time I think of it. Maybe that's another channel. Once we get you and Azaria and whatever else off the ground, Mutual Inspiration Society will be a spin-off of all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Art of Processing is also a spin-off point. Like, it's the starting point. That's where we have all of your videos now, and a bunch of Azaria, and a bunch of Corinne, and a bunch of me, and a bunch of Aiyana. And that's going to become the spin-off for, like, I've already been tagging Mind Body Spa. I've already been, like, beginning the connection between Art of Processing and my channel, Scrappy Entrepreneur School. I'm already starting the connection between them.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, there's a ton of ways that's good for us on YouTube. We've made a plan for tomorrow, which includes Ikigai.
One thing that we could do regarding Ikigai is listen to it in the car.
Yes, let's do that. Yes. Because that way, yeah.
That way I don't have to find anything, and
Perfect.
it's not that long.
Perfect. We're
So-
doing that.
But with all of our driving around, we'll
Yeah.
be listening to Ikigai.
And there's yet another efficiency thing.
And damn straight.
That's part of the reason I went out and became a full-time driver, so that I could get a re-education. Every moment I was alone in that car, I was either screaming and crying and getting shit out, or I was learning, was re-educating myself. Drive time is fucking awesome. Okay, we've made so much progress on World Mark, so tomorrow we will, or if you get a chance, when you get a chance.
when I get it tonight,
Oh,
I
tonight you
will.
can do it?
Tonight I'll open up my thing. I just don't have my
Yeah.
password with me.
Cool.
So tonight
Hey, you
I'll
even
do
made
it.
an effort on that already.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Oh, this progress! I just feel shivers. Okay, book plan. Okay, that we're not getting to today. We didn't do an FB live, but that's just an idea. See, we have been recording the hell out of the day. Do you like YouTube access? As soon as we have a chance to sit in front of the computer. We've talked a lot about the volunteers we need. We've talked a lot about God consciousness. Ooh, I need to share my resource raising video soon, which again is good use of time because you and I made a great video, and then part of that I cut up and took out, and so my resource raising that I need, and I like cleaned it up so it's easy to understand and made it really short. And so that's that's recycling. You know, content's already made. That's, you know, anytime you and I both are on screen, you know, then both of our channels
Right.
can get named, and I put my videos on multiple different channels, you know, depending on the topic, and so it's all interdependent and interconnected. But yeah, so you and I made the video. I edited it in a way that was effective for a message that I wanted to convey. Done.
Awesome.
Okay, we're gonna come back to chakra balancing again and again. We just do it a bit. Okay, we reached out to Tom and Aiyana. I need to pack some soup. Soup. Well, because I don't have soup in it. I don't have split pea in a container, but I can just take a quart to Azaria.
And we can take another quart to Tom Aiyana.
Yeah! Oh, god damn it, look at you. So now you're gonna we gotta write Jeremy a thank you note. Okay, help me remember to write, I'm gonna write down Jeremy thank you note. And we can all sign it. Because he really, that's a huge impact.
Yeah,
And that's
huge.
exactly the
And
the
you know,
behavior we want.
I think that Jeremy's true desire is to kind of
Yes,
work
it
in
is.
a soup kitchen kind of a thing.
What if we looked for some opportunities?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, have you ever thought about this?
Yeah.
I'd be real good at this. And this, we need a thank you note for Jeremy for all these bellies he's filling. You're taking home that turmeric. Good. Yeah, please don't ration it. It is so affordable. Do not ration that. We'll get you helped you out. You will have it. Okay, we will look into rideshare very soon. Right now we're fine though because I have more time than usual.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of a curcumin commercial. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we haven't set a plan for the next card party, but maybe we can packing soup because we got to get
Okay.
going very soon.
Yeah. Let's look at my calendar and.
So I mean, the date that I had originally offered, and that sounds. Oh, Jeremy says this. That sounds great. I'd love to. So she's doing it. She's doing it right now. I'd love to offer you both sound healing, but probably can't right now. Maybe some digging for Jeanette. Okay. So we can think about this, not to respond right now, but I want to respond with some sort of like, we're coming to be of service to you. I love your idea. Someday that would be great.
Yeah.
Some variation of that.
On another day, let's plan for that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that, but now's not the right time to
Right.
write that. Oh my God! Look at what we did today.
So we had the 21st as our next craft
That's right.
day.
Let me make sure that still works for me, because I mean we don't need a bunch of fucking advance notice.
We
just
don't,
do it.
and we don't need a lot of people here. I
No,
mean,
just you and me.
Shoshana are here.
Oh,
Do.
and it was just you and me.
Yeah,
I love it when she's here. She's cool.
yeah, and maybe Lisa. And
Oh, maybe Lisa will be available on the 21st.
she's taking that whole week off, so when you come hang out, Lisa will be here that Christmas week. Okay. Let's look at it the 21st. Okay, we would need to do it a little later. I guess we've planned a house meeting.
Oh,
But
okay. Well,
there's a couple.
why don't we skip to the 28th?
Oh.
Which is after Christmas and after the craziness.
And Brian's not even home.
Brian's
So it's
not
all of
even
us. How about you?
home.
Ooh. What if we had a sleepover? What if we had a sleepover on Friday night? Is that possible?
Okay, well,
Or
okay,
Saturday.
so listen to this. Friday, December 27th, I have acupuncture because
Oh,
he's
perfect.
not there. So
Okay,
we would
12.
be together December 27th, and I could have a sleepover then, and then we could have craft day.
Oh yes! See, perfect plan. Okay, let me put this in right now.
I gotta put it in too, but I gotta find a writing. Oh, here I got this.
And there's one right here. So tell me acupuncture again at
So
on
acupuncture
Friday
is
the 25th.
Friday the
27th.
27th. It's at 12, so you'd have to pick me
That's
up by
perfect.
11.
Yeah, that'll be perfect because guess what? I have therapy at 11:20, and because we live in the day and age we do, I can do therapy on my phone, and I can pick you up at the appropriate time so that we're stationary when I need therapy. So we'll have to be at acupuncture a little early.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll need to be there by 11:15, so maybe,
So you can leave 10:45.
yeah. Perfect, thanks for doing that backup. And this is the level of planning that is necessary to actually get anywhere. Okay, so your
Right.
appointment will be over at 1.
Mhm.
Okay. I even put in travel time. I don't have to do it right now, but I do always put in travel time because then that blocks out also the amount of time I actually need to be doing something. Like I can't do something else.
So you can either take. No,
I'm
so.
sleeping over.
Oh, so I'm sleeping over.
And we can sleep over. And then you know what? We can invite some other people because this we do need a little more time. And so maybe we can see if Azaria could come over
For the craft?
Yeah. Or sleepover.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're on there. Okay, and then crafting. So what time do you want to do it? You think?
Well, if people are here for the.
Oh yeah. Well. Right. If they're your sleepover, but we need breakfast and stuff. So do you think you like 10 or is it 10:30?
10 or 10:30.
And it can be sort of flexible.
We can put 10 to 10:30.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we just reset how timing is done
Yeah.
too? Because I hate when people think they're late, and I'm like, no, dude, just show up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 10. Okay, and then card party.
And it can be a card party, so that you'll say that there will be offerings for making Valentines, but if you'd rather do your own craft, paint your own picture, whatever, while we're all gathering.
Parallel play, like literally.
Parallel play. Yeah.
You don't have to do it
I
out
will have options for Valentines, but they're not mandatory.
Cool. So yeah, we can and we can talk about who, because I don't want to have a huge sleepover, but
No.
so when we leave right now, we're gonna we can talk about who we want to invite to that sleepover, and then if we've got time, which hopefully we will, we can listen to some EP guys, and if not, tomorrow. Okay. See, look at you. Keeping us on track. Okay. Teamwork at the best.
So I'm just loving this.
Actually, it looks like we've gotten through. We actually don't have enough soup left for.
For 2 people.
Yeah, for 2 people. Like, there's only really enough for one in there. And this is gonna be for Azaria and Dave. So I guess we won't be able to take Tom and Aiyana chicken noodle soup.
Unless I can find some tonight.
Yeah, unless maybe there's more than you think there is.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So
I brought this stuff in a bag.
and
and I
also
have
this
this.
box. Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure out a good spot that your stuff always goes.
always sits.
Yeah, I can't leave it here.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.